This Yeah Man episode 40. And today we're talking about, can a man and a woman just be friends? Not sexual, not romantic. Can they just be friends? Grown ass adults. I'm here with Ben the Awesome News. And coming in via Zoom is a man, a myth, a legend, Philip Dallas, man. What are y'all thoughts, man?
Can a man just be a friend with a woman? Well, first of all, I'm a man, correct? You a man. And Phil, we all know you a man. You man.
I haven't had that sexual reassignment surgery yet, but
Phil is the man. So, can a man be friends with a woman? Yes and no. And here's why I say that. Because as we get older, when you're a kid, it's like, oh, cooties and shit. You're a man, it's like, oh, shit. I see something in front of me, kind of nice right here. And you kind of forget that it's your friend. You see what I'm saying? Because she telling you how her boyfriend's messing up, all this. And then you kind of start looking like, man, she looks kind of good. But you trying to remember she's your friend. And what do we call our wives? Or when you get a wife, what do they usually call themselves? They call themselves your best friend, right? Yeah. So if you have a female friend and then you have a wife, she's like, well, I'm your best friend. I'm supposed to be your only female friend. And then they start feeling threatened, so they start putting up roadblocks. And I've seen it because it's happened to me before. They put up roadblocks on.
Come on. That was my best friend.
Yeah, exactly. That's your best friend.
She don't want to come in. Best friend.
Yeah, roadblocks. And then you don't have that friend anymore because that friend's like, what the hell?
You know what, man? I think it's possible.
It's possible. I say it's possible.
I think it's possible. Let me tell you what. I have a friend. Me and Vivian Pope are good friends. I do have females that are good friends. I really do. Okay. I feel like you have to kill that attraction. So you have to.
How do you kill the attraction, though?
You kill the attraction because you either say, well, you older than me, and it would never work. Or you see, because like, let's say for example,
so you're sabotaging it before you even start.
No, you just know it ain't gonna work. So like basically, okay. You friends with one another, you care about one another. So you'll say, let's say like I'm 40, right? And let's say I'm talking to a girl and she's 21.
Okay. Okay.
I'm her dad, baby. Okay, so
wait, hold on, back up. I'm sorry, you said you're talking to girls 21, and you're a little bit older than 21, right?
I'm 40. You could be 41, right?
Okay.
So she's 21. That's the shit. I'm her dad, baby, right? Okay, now if she's not into the older men, and she's not into, maybe take care of me when I get older, you kill it right then and there. Now, and then you just like, hey.
I have a friend like that at work that she's 18 or 19. Mm-hmm. I don't see her like that. I'm 34. This is like legit. I work with somebody, she's like 18 or 19. I'm 34. So all the older guys are going for her. And I look at her like, you're like my little sister. I was like, I couldn't be with you hell, my niece just turned 18. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I'm cool on all that. Like,
I think if you can't do the drink with them,
if you can't drink, when
that gotta be the
and then like you can't have a conversation with them because they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, most I run across, like any youngsters, I run across, like I'll say something that has to do with like some serious shit. They're like, oh well, they talking about all this mumble rap carrying on. I'm like, okay, never mind.
I want to know what you think.
Wait, okay, wait. Mumble rap. I'm not terribly familiar with that genre, but I do know it's popular.
Very.
I'm kind of a fan of DJ Screw, and he was not mumble rap.
No, he was not. His DJ Screw was not mumble rap. He's way before mumble rap.
Okay, yeah, but he
We're
was
talking
like,
about. I'm just saying that these youngsters nowadays are into this new genre of music and things like that, and I can't really have a conversation with them.
Phil, I want you to give us your answer in a DJ Screw voice right now. You got Screw and Chop.
Answer you talking about.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh man!
Well, maybe that's not his voice, but I mean,
I have to encourage insanity. I have to
no, he was.
encourage insanity.
That guy was a fucking genius.
So, what do you think, Phil? Do you think that what's your take on it?
From my male
I say
perspective,
yes and no, but you know.
yeah, I've got lots of women that I consider to be female friends that I don't want to have. You know, yeah, exactly. My wife hates it, and so that actually is a point of friction in my marriage. Is that the fact I have female friends that I talk to and complain about life to, but in my life, I feel it is healthy to have friends of all types. And
right.
The people you can like talk to and complain to and release these stresses of life. And I'm getting pretty rambly right now, but my wife fucking hates it. She's kind of gotten used to it, but she knows I'm not doing things to these ladies that, you know, I'm like not doing to her or hold on. That she knows I'm not doing things to these ladies that I could be doing to her. No, I think, the women, man, it's important to have female friends or like people that you're not having sex with and don't want to have sex with. It's important to have, I don't know, just like friends of all types. Because you can get some perspective. I've learned a lot from my female friends about how I interact with my wife. And like some of the ways I interact with my wife are not healthy. And my female friends kind of point that out and say, you know, I'd be jealous too. So why don't you stop doing these types of things? Or why don't you stop behaving in certain ways? I think that's all I got for right now. But yeah, no, I learn a lot from women. My wife thinks I'm learning nasty things from them, but what I'm learning is how to be like better, behave better around my spouse.
I don't know if I can tell them. That's good though.
Do you feel that these female friends are they colleagues or are they just people you know from back in the day or?
Mostly Facebook friends, and some of which I've met in like real life. And it's like that's how my friendships start these days. A lot of the time, like my good friendships, like back in the day, it's like you get to be good friends with people because you're living in Bledsoe Hall with them, and they don't have any air conditioning, and it fucking sucks. Or you're like roommates with them, and you're playing NFL Blitz. You have like real interaction, and it's like these days, like most of my friends start on Facebook. I'm like, well, hey, let's go hang out. And then I end up in Florida hanging out with, for example, John Rickman. And we've been good friends on Facebook, and then that translates into real life. So it's kind of weird, like for me, I guess, that a lot of friendships start on Facebook and then they grow into like real legitimate, like interpersonal, like face-to-face kind of.
That kind of brings another question. Like, you know, do you think that a lot of these friendships that are females, it starts on Facebook, or Tinder or Hinge or wherever the hell they get on.
Yeah.
And because it says on the what does it say on Tinder? Like looking for friendships, hookups, dating or whatever, right?
Right.
And so you get a match or whatever. You meet the girl, and so you finally meet her after you or she makes multiple excuses, and then y'all meet, and it's not what you expected. She put a picture up from like 10 years ago.
I'm gonna lose her, you know what
Well,
I mean?
that's
No. But it says,
look, you talking about 10-year Facebook dating, whatever.
No, I say it says, but she put on there friendship, looking for a friendship.
But no one goes inside the friendship.
I understand that, Jordan. But what I'm saying is, what if it turns into a friendship? Like, I have intention of goosing.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. If you go back to killing the attractiveness of it.
Well, what if it kills the attraction when you see her first thing?
What?
What if it kills when you? What if it kills the attraction when you see her? When you actually see her, or she sees you and she's like, oh, or you like, oh,
Well, then y'all just become friends, But I don't. I think that's the way it happens sometimes.
I don't know.
I think that's a very respectful person if you meet on a site like that, and then they say, okay, that's a friend. I respect it.
Okay.
I think that's a lot of respect.
I mean, it's respectful to actually say that. Let's be friends, because told me into the details about yourself, and then you find a person, you're like, well, I'm not really physically attracted to you. I just
I can't see. Listen, it's different for me. You guys are two strapping young lads right now. I mean, you're like virile and good looking, and you're meeting these women on Facebook, and you're wondering, can we be friends? Can we something else? And so you're kind of going into a mentality where there's some Pinocha in that thought DNA you got going on, and with me it's different because I'm married. I'm not going into these things thinking, to like get away from the wife. It's more of a, I want to have somebody I can sit around and like bullshit with and drink and like talk shit and say the terrible things about life. So I maybe like strapping young single lads like yourselves are looking for something a little bit different than what like strapping old married dudes like myself are looking for.
Well,
and it's shaping how we perceive as well as how we approach.
You're right, because strapping young single lads as ourselves, and you strapping married man as you are, you're gonna have two different perspectives. So Jarnell might be looking to goose, and you might be looking to complain about your wife.
Wait, no, yeah, I'm not looking at any woman's wife. I never want another wife again. I mean, I got the one I got, but if we separate ever, I don't want another wife, man. I'm done with that shit,
man. I'm not getting married no more, Phil. I'm good.
You've been married?
This figure says free. This figure says free for a long time.
You're doing the Lord's work right here. I'm not. I'm doing the devil's work.
Ladies, I'm telling you now, even though I have somebody, this finger says free for a long time. It's gonna have to be, the Lord's gonna say, you know what, Ben Newsom, you like, aka Benjamin, your ass needs to get married now. Like, I'm tired of this bullshit. But right now, I'm a strapping young single man.
Yeah, both of you gentlemen are. I mean, that's and so there's also that grass is always greener type thing. It's like, I wonder, it's like, if I could get rid of that mean wife of mine, like I could get my own fantasy woman, which they don't exist. I mean, they're fucking people are like humans and shit, and you have all these like fantasies, like, oh yeah, a woman that's like this to me and appreciates these things, and I appreciate her. That's all fantasy shit. It's like people are people, and they're fucking a pain in the fucking ass. And I got lucky because my personal pain in the ass is like we've been able to like deal with each other being a pain in the ass to each other for 15 years, and so that kind of gives us a I
That's a
don't
long
know,
time, man.
a pretty
Congratulations.
solid foundation for being pissed off at each other. Uh, or something
15
like.
years. That's a long time, bro.
But you gotta admit though, man, guys, all guys have lots of fucking fantasies, and it's like I believe the truth is most of our fantasy women, they don't exist. They're just our fantasies, and we'll never find the perfect woman, but we'll find one that doesn't piss us off enough that we can kind of hang out with them long enough to like not like die of cardiovascular disease based on their behavior and comments and the nasty things they do and stuff. Oh fuck, that was a rant, wasn't it, man?
I mean, yeah, I mean, yes, I guess I get what you're saying because I had a, you know, a wife at one point in time. It lasted for all of 2 years. I'm not gonna mention her name. I'm not gonna trash her name like that. And
Yeah,
it really was. I'm not gonna lie.
I bet
It
you
really
hated her by the end.
Oh yeah, by the
I
end,
bet she hated
I
you
could.
too. You hated each other.
Oh yeah. By the end of it, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Phil. I told her, and I told her very, very clearly. I said, our child is not the problem. I said, me and you have a problem. And if you don't figure it out, it's gonna be a bigger problem. And she never could come to say, like, hey, look, I don't want to be here, or whatever the case was. She just kind of found a reason to dip out. And I was like,
Ah,
I told her a couple times, if you want to go, go. But I couldn't have female friends because she's threatened by these people.
yeah, I drove my wife to the airport one time and told her to get the fuck out of my car. That was in Lubbock actually. And I can't remember how that got resolved, but it was awful.
Did she drive in your car today?
Did she drown in the what?
Did she drive in your car today?
No, I drove the whole fucking way and was getting passed out. I was like passing out at the wheel, going, "Oh God, I'm going to sleep."
How
Like
far
you,
is Lafayette, San Antonio?
I was about 8 hours.
8 hours, okay.
Yeah, or 10, depending on the traffic. But yeah, no, I drove the whole way. And that's one of my own character flaws is I try to be in control of shit. And I don't think she would have wanted to drive, but she could have. But I kept nodding off and shit. And we stopped in oh fuck, where was it? It was like it wasn't Beaumont. It wasn't Baytown. It was somewhere around in there. And I pulled over to a convenience store. I was like, I gotta like sit for a minute. So I kept nodding off on the highway while I was driving. And so we pulled in the convenience store. I was like, just give me a minute to like get my head together. And so I nodded off. And then I went into a dream state. I had this dream, and I can't remember the details of the dream, but I knew at the time I was in a dream state. And I was like nodding off. And I'm like, no, this is not where I am. This is not where I am. And I snapped awake. I'm like, holy fuck, how long was I out? And she said, oh, 5 minutes. It's about 5 minutes, something like that. And it felt like I had had a sleep for like, I don't know, an hour or something like that. It was a weird thing. I wasn't on drugs. I mean, there wasn't anything going like that going on or anything like that. It was just kind of exhausting. As we driven about 2,500 miles in the past week, and I think that just was kind of getting to me. But you know, it was kind of cool to have her there to like say that no, you've only been that for 5 minutes. Just take you all the time you need. And she was supportive. It was like beautiful. A lot of times we fight like fucking snakes. I don't know what fighting like snakes means, but we do that. We fight and just piss all over each other and say fuck you and all that shit. And I think that's a part of love is being able to fight and like say, all right, hey, you want to go get something to eat? Or
Afterwards,
fucking knock you down, Jack. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Hey, you want to watch Bird Box and get something to drink? You know, it's like a fucking emotional roller coaster shit.
And here that's the thing, like, they you get to that point where you have somebody like that, but do you think that when you get a significant other and you have female friends that they think you're going to get that kind of attachment with your female friends?
Yeah, she thinks that a lot. She thinks that a lot, and she'll start saying, "Pinches, pinches, putas." She goes all ranting on him in Spanish. "Pinche puta gatos guajes y todo." She gets fucking enraged. But again, most of my female friendships, not all of them. So I got some real life female friendships. I'm good friends with one of my best friends. Her name's Mimi, and she has a knack for finding rich people who have properties they're trying to figure out how to monetize. So they get her in on it, and she's like an idea person. And so, like currently, right now, or her last gig was she was trying to monetize a property at like a warehouse. They were trying to make these solar powered air conditioners, and then that things didn't quite work right with that. And now she's found like she's like a rich guy has a farm. He doesn't know what to do with it. He gets her idea, or she comes in as an idea person. She starts saying, "Oh, let's do aquaculture. Let's grow hemp. Let's do you guys know who NFAC is? They got a shooting range. She's setting them up with the shooting range out there. NFAC is the Not Fucking Around Coalition. They're a black militia. And they're sparring with our local congressmen in public and having like protests. And they're dubbed last summer, I guess it was last fall, they were dovetailing with this with the BLM and other like Antifa and other stuff. And so yeah, that was like a dramatic point in Lafayette's history, where they got this like black militia fully armed, and they had like safety procedures and shit too. They were fully armed, but they weren't loaded, type thing. And they were doing this as a media, like a dog and pony show to like show up our local congressman, who's a fucking douchebag, Clay Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, history was made. And it was fucking hilarious. But they want a shooting range, and she's hooking it up. She's got that thing in motion right now. But anyway, so yeah, my wife hates her because she also thinks she's some Satanist or something like that. And where do we go from here? Oh yeah, Mimi's got tattoos, and I've been doing some marital counseling with a marital counselor. And my wife hates tattoos, and the marital counselor says, "Well, tattoos are a history of a person. When they put tattoos on them, that represents something to them. So rather than getting afraid of them, ask them what that tattoo means. What does that weird panther on your arm mean? What does this fucking butterfly on your ass mean? And tramp stamp type shit. What is?" And my wife started doing that. She started asking people about their tattoos and what they mean to them. And it's kind of beautiful to watch. And I've just fucking been on a rant here. You guys talk now, man. So what do you guys think?
Saying, like, I got tattoos, she got asked about this one or this one or this one.
What's the story behind them?
Well, there's a couple of them. Like this one's from my mom. It says no love like a mother's love. She's an Aries. There's one on my chest, a Scorpion. Like father, like son. My he's a Scorpio. My niece is an Aries. I'm not sorry, not Aries. A Gemini.
How you doing?
I'm a Capricorn, so I have one right here near my shoulder. I have one on my back that says was a king without his queen, his chess pieces. I ain't got none on my head or nothing like that, but yeah, got the koi fish right here for my sister. She's a Pisces, and I have Carpe Diem was the first one. Seize the day, and then there was a sun. I put a sun around it and said the sun will rise in the morning. Meaning,
dang, you probably look like a fucking biker, man. You got tattoos all over the place. Hey, John.
No, I had down here though. They got ones on say wrist and I ain't got all that.
Yo, shit, Jarnell, you got any tattoos?
Nah, I ain't got no tattoos. I like women with them.
Do you like piercings?
No, we ain't gonna get into that.
No.
It's funny.
I know a piercing
'Cause I know
artist, Jarnell. If you don't want to get a tattoo,
do what?
I know a piercing artist. If you don't want to get a tattoo,
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I like my instrument, which I use the restroom with.
Anybody say that nigga? Prince Albert.
You know what I'm talking about.
He said, I like my instrument when I can tell you his restroom, man. But I'm trying to get Prince Albert.
pain in the ass. I don't know, Jarnell. What do you think, man? Okay, all right. So you've got a lot of lady friends, but no like single lady, like no main single lady. What's going on with that? Tell us.
Tell you about what?
About you like you're not committed to a single lady. Oh, both of you guys are strapping young lads, but what how do you feel about commitment to a single lady versus having female friends?
Well, I believe when you have somebody you're committed to, you need to let them know that you have a female friend. You know, so there don't be any drama if that is just a female friend.
Full disclosure, man. That's the Lord's work right there, being honest.
Yeah, that is the Lord's work. Jesus. And but I just feel that conversation rule the nation. So you need to let that person know. You know, that you got some female friends unless they just ain't friends. So if you just got a female friend, they need to know, you know what I mean? So it don't be something where it's bite you in your butt. But what do you think about the situation?
Fuck, I don't know. Do you remember Angela from the UP? You remember that Mexican girl, Angela from the UP Journal? She worked at the
What?
Huh?
From who? From the UP?
And I think her name was Angela. She was a Mexican girl she worked in the cafeteria.
Yeah. What's up with her?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you and her had something going on at one point.
No, sir. I thought the same thing about you.
No.
No, we just cool.
Okay.
Oh, if you feel like I feel.
You feel
like I feel. You go ahead and let me know.
Because Darnell is the five-time all-star semi of the pro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the football
lineman. Hall of Fame. Come see that man.
Wait, are you talking NFL
right
blitz or are you talking about real football?
Real football.
It's
semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
Semi of the pro.
Dude, you guys get.
I should get his autograph right now because I'm just saying, bro. Like I'm sitting next to a legend right here. This man was blocking like he was blocking like Michael Strahan Jr. and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Michael Strahan is like a
Junior. Strahan Jr. So he ain't make it to the league though. You know what I'm saying?
So
he's like, I couldn't make it to the league. You see, I hurt my knee, and then so I'm like Michael Strahan Jr. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, okay.
You get football groupies.
Hey man, I mean that's what Darnell got. He got so many groupies that they're his female friends. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was an offensive lineman, you know.
You still play ball? You still wear the helmet and pads?
I'm a coach. I was a coach for like 2 years now. But yeah, I mean, it's groupie potential, you know.
I have good potential, bro.
Wait. So you're coaching football now?
Yeah, last year I coached in football.
I thought you were playing it though.
I ain't playing. The last time I played was in 2019, and then I became a coach in 2020.
Oh, and then COVID. Okay, all right, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like when COVID first happened is when I first started coaching.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you've been coaching people, so that's like kind of a voice
for
of
the band. I
authority.
was coach for the band, and this year I was coach for the Bombers. So yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're coaching. That's kind of a voice of authority, right? It's like people are supposed to listen to the coach.
Yeah, they supposed to, you know, but you know how they go.
You had mentioned that you wanted to like help people at one point, and so there's a lot of folks out there that need a voice of authority that's not like their father or their mother or grandma or whoever the hell.
I am your father.
No. I mean, no, it's just interesting that you mentioned that because, like, I was having a fight with my daughter the other day. My dad said she needs a voice of authority besides you. I wasn't insulted. It was more of like it's like kids need more than one voice of authority. They need the parents, their mom or the dad or grandma, whoever the fuck. And then they need an outside voice, a different styles of voices of authority to make them listen to what the fuck the world's trying to tell them to do. And that has nothing to do with like vagina. And I know that's a topic of conversation, so I've drifted away from the vagina.
I was drifting into it.
I was gonna chime in on that because I used to work with kids, and a lot of kids would come in there and they would listen to me, and their parents would come in and they start listening to them. They automatically would listen to their parents. And as soon as I said something, they were like, "Well, why is he saying listen to you?" It's like, "Cause I'm new. I'm new, and he knows I'm a voice of authority. He's been listening to for the past week.
Okay.
You just came in. He's listened to you all his life, so of course he's gonna listen to what I got to say."
Okay, so you're saying it's like a new voice of authority, is as opposed to like an old voice of authority is like, I heard enough of that, and the new one is the exciting one.
Yeah, so when you hear a new voice, and then sometimes when they and my looks tend to deceive because I look younger than what I am. They're like, "Oh, well, he's a young guy, so he's know what he's talking about." They'll listen.
How old are you?
Sometimes it works, sometimes I don't.
How old are you?
34.
Still a strapping young lad. Yeah, but still, compared to kids, I mean, you got that going there.
What do you think about kids, Phil?
What?
What do you think about kids?
They're fucking annoying little shits.
They live with kids.
I just want to hear what you think about kids.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they're like important and shit. It's just, and they're hard to deal with. It's like they make you want to hang out with adults. I don't know.
What do you think about kids with other kids, with 5 kids, with 6 kids, with 8 kids, women with kids? Women with kids, like if a woman have like 20 kids, but she's hot, would you date her?
Man,
No.
she had that shit. First of all.
Okay, now seriously, like if a woman had kids,
like 20 kids, like a single mom of 20 kids, and I was single, would I like I'd go for her?
Yes.
Fuck no. I mean, maybe two or three. You know, 3 might be the max right there, but 1 definitely, 2 maybe. it depends on the kids too, because those kids are little fucking trolls and monsters. I mean, I don't know, man. That's like an unknowable situation right there. You gotta
Could she
live
be
through
a
that
friend?
situation to figure it out.
Could she be a friend of him?
Oh, like a friend? Yeah,
Could
I've
she
got
be
a
a friend?
yeah. One of my greatest friends was a single mom of one. Letty hated her. We hung out with her in Austin and like did kid park stuff and hang out and shit. Letty didn't like it. Oh, I don't know, man. Like matrimony makes everything so much more complicated, you know? It's like,
When you're married, it's kind of like I say, coming from a married man's perspective, you have to think of it from a married man's perspective. But coming from a single man's perspective, can you be friends with somebody that has a child? Because that child tends to get attached.
as a man, I would say
Nah.
yes, but that's also a woman. It's a single mom looking for companionship too. I mean, likely. I don't know for certain, but I would imagine a
Here's the
single
problem.
mom is going to be looking for some kind of like male companionship, and those kids come with it.
Here's the problem, though. They're looking for friendships before they look for relationships.
Hmm.
They go about it.
But shouldn't we all?
FWB.
It should turn into a friendship. As well, I mean, before it turns into a relationship, it's a great friendship. But
Okay.
but you said kill the attraction, though, right?
I said
So-
kill the attraction if y'all just gonna be friends. I mean,
But what if y'all already do so?
well, you
and
still
you-
kill the attraction?
How you gonna kill the attraction by the goose? You was already up in that.
Okay. So
You
you
was
just,
already all up in it.
okay, well then it's a likelihood you're gonna be in it again. If you don't kill the attraction, I mean, you know.
So that's the one we call a friend with benefits.
I mean, a friend with benefits, the attraction is strong.
Then which turns into your girl.
No, a friend with benefits is somebody on the side that you know that you just cool with.
So there's something keeping you from her.
What you mean?
There's something that's stopping you from going fully in.
It could be that you married or you with somebody. It's a whole.
Well, if she's married, you shouldn't be fucking her anyways.
You say there's a lot of people that be watching this show.
Fellas, hey, I gotta run to the restroom real quick. You want me to pause the recording, or you guys want to talk while I go run to the pee, or what?
So we gonna keep on. How long you gonna go to the restaurant?
About a minute and a half, long enough to
All
pee.
right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You guys want to talk? You guys keep talking. I'll leave it recording.
Don't piss on yourself.
So yeah, I mean, matrimony, she becomes a friend with benefits, and
But she's still friends.
but we all know that the woman is thinking from the get-go that she was a friend with benefits in the first place. Whether you say it or not.
But not necessarily.
How?
Y'all could have been something more before.
So
So
that's
y'all
here's
could've
the
been-
problem.
y'all could've been just friends.
So that's the problem with being friends with exes, because that's a female friend, but she's an ex, so she knows a lot about you.
Okay, but
So if you're not,
that don't mean y'all can just be friends just because I said.
no, it don't. But the new one gonna feel some kind of way though.
Well, that's where communication comes in.
I don't know, bro.
That's where communication comes in. Man.
Is she
That's where
feel?
communication. So Phil, what did you do?
Go ahead there.
Phil,
Yeah.
what did you do? Did you do one or two?
I'm sorry.
Did you do one or two up in there?
Oh, just number one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already dealt a lot of number two today. Mostly in the morning, but also whenever we got back. It was delightful. Metamucil is a really great thing. I love Metamucil because it's for many reasons. And I will promote Metamucil, and YouTube will probably like pick this up and um, run Metamucil ads on this video once you guys upload it to YouTube, because
Yes.
Metamucil, also Clamato chili lime salt.
Yes.
Yeah, product placement, and they're gonna run that shit. They're gonna find something copyrighted and say, yeah, we're gonna steal your video because that's how the fucking system works. They find something in your video and say, we own that, and they fucking like turn it into their own. They deny like the people that created the video the rights to the video. And I'm pissed off at Sony right now because a dear friend of mine from many years said, yes, you can use my song that I wrote and copyrighted in your video, no problem. And then it turns out that they gave rights to that song to a record company to make their albums. So the record company was actually owned by another company. And it turns out that company wanted to own all the rights to anything ever created. And it turns out that company was owned by Sony. So Sony now owns a band from Austin called the Fuck Emos. And so anybody that uses the Fuck Emos work in their video is basically the employee of Sony. And it makes me mad.
When they attack.
Huh? The Fuck Emos? No. Yeah, a couple of them went to tech, but no. Fuck Emos were an Austin band in the early and mid 90s. But now fucking they're owned by other people. I mean, it's fucking the whole concept of fucking ownership of intellectual material and other things is something that gets me fired up and angry. And it's fucking relevant to our conversation here tonight because fucking women like to think they fucking own us. And that's when they think that, oh, maybe I don't own them, they get jittery. Whenever we have female friends, they start thinking maybe my ownership of that person is not what I thought it was. And I need to clamp the fucking lid down and teach the motherfucker a lesson so he's not chasing after other women, which is what they're thinking. But they want full like copyright ownership of all of our intellectual work. God damn, that was a rant.
You're right.
How about when your love is so good that you own her?
You never own her, bro. Shit. Wait till you hit that proverbial wall of ownership. I feel you though, Phil. Because I was there.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? It's like women want to own their men. And when men have other female friends, they start thinking, oh, they're trying to take my fucking property away from me and shit. Fucking twisted. Yes, I think it does. It doesn't. Well, in my relationship, it doesn't because my wife doesn't have any male friends. I wish she did, though, because I would like to feel these terrible things that she feels so I can understand how she feels about me having female friends. Does that make sense?
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, true. Cause you see it like the way she looks at it, but you can't see how she's looking at it because she ain't got no male friends.
Yeah,
she's saying.
I tell you what, yeah, next time we're in San Antonio, we got a YeahManThePodcast. I'm gonna dump her off over there, and you guys have like do like a podcast thing or something. And I'll go and say, oh wait, how do I feel about my wife being around these strapping young lads? And just let me stew in that shit. And maybe I'll be in my car getting all pissed off saying, Jarnell's fucking my wife right now. Ben and Ben, they're both fucking my wife. I can't stand it. I don't think that would happen, but mean,
No, it wouldn't.
I'm
I'm
kind of.
like you're dark, like your color's white.
I mean, I don't. I'm just. I would like to have like her to be in a situation that makes me jealous or angry. But
So are you not? Are you saying you're not? So you saying you're not a jealous or angry person?
what?
Are you saying you're not a jealous or angry person?
No, well, I got angry earlier, but that was with fucking like purchasing department over some bullshit on a receipt. But no, I'm not an angry and jealous person. I wish my wife had male friends and female friends. She's got a couple of female friends, but she doesn't really hang out with male friends. And I don't understand it, but I would like to I'd like her to have male friends and go off run around with them so I can see how it feels for me to have female friends. Also, I'm fucking drunk right now. But I think I'm being honest. And being honest, that's doing the Lord's work right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's I think to kind of wrap this up, it goes both ways when it goes to can a man have a female friend and just be friends? As can a woman have a male friend just be friends? I think women look at it a little bit different than men do. We don't have a female. Sorry for those of you who are watching this. We don't have a female on here, so we don't know what they think. But we can tell you what men think. Men are we're made to be we're I'm gonna just say this because I'm just gonna say a controversial thing. We're not made to be monogamous. I don't think. I mean, why? Because why? So you see all these animals out here. Like, I'm not trying to compare us to animals because we're not primitive. But what caveman do you see us stay with one woman, or what dog? Like literally a dog? Do you see us stay with one dog, right? Or whatever. So we're not made to be predator. We're not made to be monogamous. But in the Bible, it's saying we're supposed to be monogamous and stay with this one woman. Well,
wait, does it say that in the Bible for reals? Because I know there's a lot of polygamy in the Bible, but I don't know.
Okay, my bad. My bad. Maybe
That's how that works. Is they marry off their women, and then you get like the southern fields, and then you marry the woman to the west, and you get the western fields and animals.
You're right. Okay, my bad. I misquoted.
Yeah, marriage is like a way of transferring wealth or something. Well, I no, not you're bad. But I don't know, man. I mean, that's what it's like. Christianity says one man, one woman type thing. That's what. But
it says that probably in the New Testament, but like in the Old Testament, it probably does have that where you trade wives and all this other stuff. So it's like
you trade your daughter off so you can get like those fields up to the north to that young man who's the son of like
like the color purple. I want to marry your silly. You can't have my silly. You can't have my native. You can have my silly. Something like that, man. But I don't know. I'm not gonna say I have a lot of female friends. I really don't. I do, but I don't.
I got an idea.
I have female friends. People I speak to, or whatever, and I have my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not like I don't just like call them up on a regular day. Hey, what's up? Like, call my boys, but I'm not gonna call up like, hey, girls leaving town. Let's have boys night. You show up with us. Like, they ain't gonna look right.
Oh shit.
Dang.
Yeah. You got the appearances, man. That's a big deal right there. Yeah.
Appearance is a big thing. So you gotta make sure like I don't know. You gotta have a happy balance because how would I feel if my girlfriend was calling? No, hey, my man left town. Why don't you come over and hang out with us and the girls?
Hey, I got an idea. Let me hit pause real quick. All right, we're recording again. Yeah, my wife just said, "Fuck all y'all. I don't want nothing to do with that."
Okay.
Ooh,
that's cool.
Yeah, like me.
She's like, She don't feel like we feel.
She don't feel like we feel.
And come and let me know.
And she ain't gonna let us know.
That's all good. So,
Man, I love you guys, man.
love you too, Phil.
Might I
Love you too.
suggest a podcast? Because it sounds like Jarnell's like not liking real estate lately. Is that true, Jarnell?
I mean, I didn't need to change the faith again. You know, but we'll talk about that.
Okay, well, I would just suggest a podcast and invite Rickman and Ben and whoever the fuck else and have a shit talk fest about real estate because I'm pissed off about my real estate situation right now, and I could use like the input of people in the industry. For me, that's just my own self-centered thinking. You'd love the fuck out of Rickman though. Hey, you guys want to go to Pensacola one of these days?
Hey, why not?
Oh shit, yeah.
Why not?
I'm gonna try to go this week or the next, but
Been a striking young lad.
if you guys would like to do a Pensacola road trip sometime, next couple of months, I don't know when, but something to consider.
Oh yeah.
Pensacola fucking rules, man.
So,
I've been in both of them.
I got a friend that says she drove from here to Miami. So and she's currently in basic right now. So
Oh, like military?
yeah, she's going basic for
Is she your friend?
she's going to she's really strictly just a friend.
Strictly just
She's
a
going
friend. So like
reserves.
how do other
Reserves.
ladies that are in your life felt about her being your friend?
She didn't really trip about it. I mean, I told her what it was. It's like, hey, she's going to basic or whatever. And she left from San Antonio to there, and I think she comes back. I want to say sometime in August, but she'll be here till like November because she's doing AIT here. She's doing medical, so I the way I look at it and take it, and even since I've done this whole marriage thing once before, the people that are there in your life are there for a reason, and you have to find that balance between them and your new acquired person or whatever. And that acquired person has to be willing to compromise and accommodate. Just like you learn to compromise and accommodate. And if they can't do that, then it's going to be a problem.
Yep.
Let me do the final thought.
So he's going to do the final thought.
I'd like to thank you for being on the show, Phil. Let me tell you, it's always strange and amazing with Phil in the house.
I know it's strange and amazing with Jarnell, man. Shit, man. You're taking me places I never fucking imagined existed.
What do you think about that turkey leg?
Fucking A. God damn. Man, that was fucking some badass shit. And I went home and ate that. Well, I ate it there with you. Then went home and ate the rest of it and passed the fuck out like a fucking. Oh, it was glorious. I did not make necklaces out of the bone, though. I should have done that.
Why not?
I regret not doing it. It just. That's what I want. I need a choker, like one of them Indian choker necklaces made out of the bone type shit. Or I could put a fucking motor in there with a little fucking piece of metal on there that's lopsided, and then put the rest of the bone over top of that with the batteries in there, double A's or triple A. I'm sorry, triple A, and it could be a vibrating bone that one could use for the purposes that you use vibrating bones for.
Ooh, we find out. Let me play the final thought before we get kicked off YouTube. But and then but let me say that. I feel like when you're in a relationship and you have a friendship, that if the people really care about you, they should understand that you have different relationships in your life. So I feel a man can love a woman in different ways. And I feel a man and a woman can be friends. Because I have friends that are different. And I feel like it's possible. Because us as humans are meant to be with one another and around one another. And that's my final thought.
Man, you're speaking the Lord's thoughts right here, I believe, Charnel.
I would hope
No,
that.
when you say it, yeah, what you said is like you got different relationships.
Oh man, no.
Pastor J. Easy.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, what I heard is you got different relationships with different people, and you got to let each of those relationships grow the way they grow.
Right.
It's like me and you, we're friends.
Right.
Me and Ben, we're friends, but we're not gonna be fucking each other. And it's like my wife shouldn't be jealous of that shit. Or something.
That's all that communication. Communication.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take them both to the turkey hut in San Antonio, in Houston, and the turkey hut when it comes to San Antonio, the Freeman Coliseum, and they're gonna all be good.
Turkey hut.
Turkey hut league, or turkey leg hut, whatever it is. Yeah.
So was it worth staying in line for? Was it worth staying in line for, Phil?
It was worth it because I got to hang out with Jarnell and that other dude, and we got the food. The food was great, but it was just good being there alive.
I say it was worth it. It's kind of pricey, but it's worth
It was good. I wasn't
Hey.
sitting over fucking like in the backyard getting eaten by mosquitoes. I was hanging out with Jarnell, and I forget that other dude's name, but I mean, regardless, whatever it was just humans hanging out with each other. You know, it was fucking beautiful. If that was worth it. Yeah, turkey leg was just land yap, man. That was just extra. That was bonus. It was fucking badass too.
That's what's up, man. I feel like y'all didn't hit your boy up, so that's okay. I think I was out of town anyway, so.
You didn't get one of the turkey legs?
I was out of town. I had some stuff to take care of, so you know, we had things. So
Yeah, I think most of the beauty of that turkey leg was waiting in line with the people around us for it. And it was good. Don't get me wrong, that turkey leg was good, but it was just the experience of.
Sometimes you meet some cool people just standing in line, waiting around. You get bored and like, oh shoot, I might as well talk. Wait.
Yeah.
Right, and then they give you crawfish. Water.
Hey, what was that dude's name? He was a coach at Sam Houston or something. What was that dude's name?
I forgot his name. He was a basketball coach.
It was what?
He was one of the assistant basketball coaches.
Yeah, I forget his name. He was a real nice guy. He was kind of ranty about stuff. About these young hoes these days, they're all trying to like fuck for money or something. Or, you know, he kind of had his rant going on, but he was a real cool guy. I mean, it's just he was pleasant.
Share on the show doing that.
He was angry, but he was pleasant.
He was pleasant.
And we go to the San Houston finals. Yeah. The coach that talked about these young hoes.
I don't want to put him on blast like that, so we're gonna end the show before we get somebody fired.
Yeah, let's end this on
All
a
right.
good note.
You guys call it. I'll hit stop.
All right, there you
You're not gonna go subscribe to YeahMan or all right, well, whatever the fuck. All right.
go. All right, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, man.
The podcast
On YouTube.
Hey, thanks for letting me be on you guys' show here, man. And now I'm gonna stop the recording, and then you're gonna like.